What's up, Internet? It's Dom and Dan with our exciting weekly DVD review show, like always. Dan, what did we watch this week?
We watched all 4 of the Fast and Furious flicks, and they were all not that impressive.
Yeah, they were pretty shitty.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's just get down right to it. Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez in The Fast and the Furious. This was one of Vin Diesel's earliest roles, Paul Walker's too. What do you think about the overall story / quality of the movie?
Honestly, I think of the 4 movies that this was the best, and probably because it was the first. And as far as Fast and Furious goes, it probably had the best ratio of Fast to Furious of the 4 flicks, in my opinion. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you just might have to watch the movies
to understand
that.
Yeah, I think you really will.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of these movies, you'll just know the first one does have a good ratio of Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Vin Diesel's role was pretty solid, I felt.
Famed LA street racer Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
Going around with his crew of multicolored Honda Civics, robbing.
Talk about Team Skittles.
Team Skittles, like fucking taste the rainbow, bitch. Just robbing these fucking semi-trucks, taking like CD players and DVD players.
Yeah.
And Paul Walker plays this undercover police investigator who has to crack down and find out what's going on. I mean, this movie's got everything. It's got like automatic machine guns, like Asian gangs, fast cars, crazy hot women.
Yeah.
I liked it. I give it like 3.75 hijacked semi-trucks. What about you, Dan?
I'd give it 3 Honda Civics out of 5. I really would.
Okay. Next movie. Too Fast, Too Furious. This time we put a different group of people together. Vin Diesel apparently too good for this piece of shit.
Yeah, at this time he was.
At this time, at least, he was doing good movies like Pitch Black and The Pacifier.
And don't forget about the Triple X.
Oh, the Triple X film. Oh yeah, I can't forget about that. He wanted more of an action, role for himself there.
Anyways, Paul Walker, Tyrese.
Paul Walker has apparently gone AWOL and has left his position at the LA Police Department and has now ran off to Miami and again has become ingrained in the illegal street racing circuit. Underground illegal street racing circuit in Miami. And he gets, of course, pulled into an investigation to get this guy who's a bad mamma jamma who tortures people with buckets and rats and blowtorches.
Yeah,
and Michelle Rodriguez apparently was too good for this movie too, and they got a different cute Latina girl.
And honestly, they are too good for this movie. I wasn't impressed with this movie.
I thought this movie
was pretty bad.
I thought this movie was the best of the 4 movies because
they were certainly right. It was
too
fastest.
fast. It was definitely Too Fast, Too Furious. It was
it was just overboard extreme on the fast driving scenes and everything, and just extreme with the fury, with the torture scenes,
blowing people out of your car on the highway,
jumping a car at 160 miles an hour into a boat that's moving. Yeah.
Just driving 4x4s into police cruisers and jumping over them. I mean, this movie was crazy. I don't know who did the cinematography for the cars, but I give this guy some credit.
Yeah.
This movie was definitely exciting in that regard. So if you're watching these movies just for the cars, and I think the second one's going to be the win on that one.
Yeah.
The third movie, which is actually, we've discovered, the 4th in the storyline, and the chronological order of how you should watch these.
Which is really confusing.
This is actually the 3rd released movie, but it should be the 4th in the movie sequence, is The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. And, they kind of broke from their system, but I can't see how you have, thrice fast, thrice furious.
Yeah.
That wouldn't really work. 3 times the octane.
Yeah. The fastest and most
furious.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It doesn't really work. So this movie, Paul Walker didn't even want to touch.
Yeah, and thank God too.
And they actually got what's his name, Lucas Black, the kid from fucking Sling Blade.
Is that him?
Yeah, it's him, man. It's
really?
the kid from Sling Blade. And they get little Bow Wow.
I like the way you talk, mister.
I like the way you talk too.
Anyways,
but
I felt that Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious was the worst flick amongst the four.
Hands down.
Hands down.
I found out that when I went...
Little Bow Wow's in it. That's our rapper for this movie, and honestly, he drives the gayest car in Tokyo.
In Tokyo. He's the shortest...
He's the shortest
black
man in Tokyo,
let alone he's black.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
It's just sad. And it's just like he just played...
I'm sorry, Little Bow Wow.
I'm sorry, Little Bow Wow, if you were actually watching this, but, you know, come on, dude. You don't even make good music. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the newest movie out, so if you're going to rent anything, if you haven't seen anything, the most likely thing you haven't seen here is Fast and Furious, the fourth and hopefully fucking final installment.
Like we said, it was supposed to be set between the third and fourth one, right?
No, between the second
and third one, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So it's real confusing.
Like,
I'm confused to this day.
Tokyo Drift should be the last movie, because Tokyo Drift has this cameo in the last 2 minutes where the kid from Sling Blade meets Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel.
Who's uncredited in that movie.
Uncredited, actually, in the entire movie. Thank God. He wanted to stay away from that piece of shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, getting back on Tokyo Drift, the fucking movie wasn't even filmed in Tokyo. Like, most of it was filmed in Southern California.
Yeah.
Fucking Universal, man.
Yeah.
Making these horrible movies. Moving on. So, the Fast and Furious, not the, no fucking emphasis on the, it's just Fast and Furious. This movie, I guess it was just that because it was a pile of shit. The movie, like with the plot, we were just like joking around the entire time trying to watch this
pretty much
movie.
like, yeah, it was a tough watch.
It was, how long was this? It was 1 hour 47 minutes, and you know what? The most exciting part of the movie is in the first, like, 5 minutes. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
So apparently, Dominic Toretto and Michelle Rodriguez...
As unentertaining as this flick was, it was still better than Tokyo Drift.
Still better than Tokyo Drift, and actually had some pretty good... chase scenes. The Charger comes back, you know, if you
the Charger's pretty ridiculous.
So if you love the Charger from the first movie, you're going to love it. In the fourth, there's more Charger.
Mm-hmm.
So I think whoever put this movie together understood what made the movie popular.
Yeah, what made the series popular.
But unfortunately, they're really scraping the shit barrel on, like, you know, it's like heroin dealers, carjackers, coke dealers, terrorists. I mean, they're fucking running out of, like, you know.
Yeah, they're running out of steam.
We're running out of steam. And, you know, I would love to maybe see a retroactive Fast and the Furious where they actually drive cars made out of steam.
Yeah.
Or, you know, not made out of steam, but powered by steam, you know?
Yeah, thumbs down on that.
Thumbs down on that. Like, not fast, not furious.
Yeah, not fast, not furious.
And then they'll come at each other like this.
I don't know about that.
So anyway, as always, signing off, I'm Dom.
And I'm Dan.
We watch the shitty movies.
So you don't have to.